Is he boxing's future, or just putting on a show? Ben Whittaker isn't fighting like anyone else right now. He dances, taunts, showboats, and then bang, it's lights out. Some call him the cockiest boxer alive. Others say he's the breath of fresh air, boxing desperately needed. Either way, one thing's for sure, you can't take your eyes off him. In this video, we're diving deep into the rise of Ben Whittaker, a showman with skills to match. You'll see how his slick footwork, anime-inspired flair, and fearless attitude have made him one of the most talked about fighters in the sport today. Whether you love him or hate him, Ben Whittaker is forcing boxing to pay attention again. So is he cocky? Sure. But maybe that's exactly what boxing needs right now. Tap that like button, subscribe for more, and stay tuned. Because the Ben Whittaker Show is just getting started. Ben Whittaker's style is different and polarizing because he blends elite-level boxing skill with a flair for entertainment that pushes the limits of what fans and critics expect from a professional fighter. He's not just boxing to win, he's performing, and that's what makes him impossible to ignore. Technically, Whittaker is sharp. He's a 6'3" light heavyweight with top-tier footwork, lightning-fast hands, and a sniper-like jab. He doesn't just move, he glides. He doesn't just punch, he picks apart opponents with precision, switching targets from the body to the head with smooth timing. Trained under Sugar Hill Steward, Whittaker mixes classic fundamentals with modern flair, executing high-level techniques while constantly switching angles and creating openings. He's been dubbed the surgeon for good reason. He cuts fighters down with clean, calculated shots.
Wake it up! Get them up! You lose gold. I'm very disappointed.
But it's what he does in between those punches that causes debate. Whittaker showboats in ways rarely seen at the elite level. He dances, taunts, drops his hands, leans on the ropes, and flashes anime-inspired poses in the middle of fights. He channels the drunken master style, a mix of loose, unpredictable movement and swagger, meant to confuse his opponents and entertain the crowd. To his fans, it's exciting, fresh, and makes boxing fun to watch. To his critics, it's disrespectful and flashy for the sake of flash. His entrances and post-fight antics are just as bold. Whether he's walking out dressed like a Naruto character or doing mid-ring celebrations after knockdowns, Whittaker is clearly building a brand, and it's working. His viral moments rack up millions of views. Even in tough fights like his recent battle with Leon Willings or his title win against Ezra Aranyeika, he never stops performing, never loses his cool, and always keeps the spotlight on him. This blend of high-level technique and entertainment has divided boxing audiences. Purists argue that his showboating distracts from the sweet science, and fear it will backfire if he faces someone who doesn't buy into the theatrics. But others see him as a necessary breath of fresh air in a sport that often takes itself too seriously. His skills are undeniable, and when paired with his confidence and charisma, they make him a magnetic presence in the ring. What really makes his style stand out is that it's not just a gimmick. Whittaker's showmanship is backed by real substance. He's unbeaten, improving with every fight, and now holds a minor IBF belt, just 2 years into his pro career. His fights are not only exciting, they're precise and strategic. Whether he's clowning a journeyman or outworking an undefeated contender, he's always in control. Ben Whittaker gets called cocky and arrogant because of the way he carries himself both in and out of the ring. He's unapologetically confident and not afraid to let the world know he believes he's the best. His personality, combined with his flashy style, tends to rub some people the wrong way. One of the main reasons people label him this way is his tendency to taunt and showboat during fights. He often drops his hands, dances around, and does little victory celebrations, even in the middle of a fight. While this is all part of his charm for many fans, it comes across as disrespectful to others, especially when he's facing opponents who are still trying to make a name for themselves. It's like he's already treating the fight as a foregone conclusion, and that kind of attitude can be seen as arrogance. Additionally, his public statements and behavior outside the ring also feed into this perception. Whittaker is confident to the point of being brash, openly calling out opponents, making bold predictions about his career, and even laughing off his critics. This kind of talk, combined with his larger-than-life persona, makes him seem like he's more about creating a brand than humbling himself as a fighter. Some see him as more interested in being an entertainer than a disciplined professional, and that's where the cocky label often comes from. His social media presence only adds to the image. He's very active online, posting memes, celebrating his wins with over-the-top flair, and showing off his lifestyle, all of which help fuel the image of a fighter who knows exactly how to get attention and loves it. To some fans, this level of confidence might come off as arrogance, especially in a sport where humility and respect for opponents are often valued. But for others, it's just part of the fun, a sign that Whittaker is ready to take over boxing with his talent and personality. He knows his worth, and he's not afraid to show it. Whether you love him or hate him, Ben Whittaker is a fighter who isn't hiding who he is. Ben Whittaker has the tools to back up all the flash with long-term greatness, but whether he does depends on how he handles the next chapter of his career. So far, he's shown more than just talent. He's proven he can fight through adversity, make adjustments mid-fight, and win rounds even when things aren't going his way. In his Olympic run, he pushed through injuries. As a pro, he's already faced tough opponents who didn't fold, like Leon Willings and Ezra Aranyeca, and still came out on top. That shows he's not just flashy, he's durable, disciplined, and focused when it counts. He also continues to improve. His technique is getting sharper, his defense more polished, and he's starting to show more patience and control in the ring. Even when he showboats, it's not mindless. There's strategy behind it. He uses his feints, movement, and rhythm to bait opponents into making mistakes, then punishes them with precision. But the real test will be how he handles bigger names, higher stakes, and fighters who won't be thrown off by mind games. The top of the light heavyweight division is stacked with power punchers, grinders, and champions who've been in wars. If Ben can stick to his fundamentals, keep learning, and stay mentally locked in, even when the pressure builds, he has the potential to not just compete with them, but beat them. Long-term greatness in boxing also comes down to mindset. Ben clearly has the confidence, the work ethic, and the drive. As long as he stays grounded, keeps evolving, and doesn't let the spotlight distract him from the grind, he's got everything he needs to turn the flash into legacy. Ben Whittaker isn't just making noise, he's making moves. In just 2 years, he's gone from Olympic silver medalist to one of the most talked about pros in boxing. His confidence, style, and pure skill have turned him into a fighter fans either love or love to hate, but no one can ignore him. He's proving that the flash isn't just for show. Behind the taunts and viral clips is a sharp, technical boxer who keeps getting better with each fight. Whether it's breaking down tough opponents or dancing circles around them, Ben is building something big, and he's just getting started. Will he be the next face of boxing? Time will tell. But right now, all signs point to a future star who's here to stay. So if you're into knockout power, slick moves, and a little drama, hit that like button, subscribe, and stay tuned, because the Ben Whittaker story is far from over, and the best chapters are still ahead.